Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at 10 unpopular opinions about Disney's Encanto according to Reddit. Whenever something gets too popular, there's always going to be people who have opinions, some of which may be good and others of which might be. Opinion number 1. The songs are too poppy. Encanto has upbeat and catchy musical numbers throughout the film. Popular opinion is how much fans of the movie love the songs and can't get them out of their heads. We Don't Talk About Bruno is one song that's incredibly memorable for fans. However, Making Bacon Pancakes hated the Louisa's song, Under the Surface, in particular. It sounded like a pop song. Salinas countered that they actually liked the song but hated the dance moves. I love her song, but it made me cringe really hard the way she danced to it. She's like popping and locking. It was so weird and created such a dissonance between her words and her choreography.
Wow.
That's the entire point of that whole song, is to show you that although on the outside she looks like this big tough character, but inside she's just a playful little bunny, much like the big guy you see in the gym who's super jacked, but when you get to talking to him you just find out that he's just really down to earth like every other normal person you talk to. And in my opinion, I feel like that is exactly one of the reasons the writers chose to portray her song as that. You kind of have a very upbeat, playful, joyous, poppy song for a character that's just looked at as probably one of the strongest and meanest, toughest characters in the entire family. She's one of the people everyone looks up to when it just comes to sheer strength and getting things done. So having to see her just be portrayed with a much more of a childish demeanor and playing and having fun is a very good way to explore that character and let the audience know that just because someone's big doesn't mean they don't have vulnerable moments. The characters should all lose their gifts. Viewers learn in the opening sequences that the Madrigal family has powers or gifts that were given to them on behalf of the magical candle that Alma Madrigal possesses. However, when the magical candle's flame starts to die, Casita goes on the fritz and the Madrigal family loses their powers. At the end of the movie, Mirabel saves the day and everyone's powers are restored, but I don't think I want to pronounce that, wished it was different. They told Reddit they should lose their gifts and open up to the world. This could be viewed as unpopular because the family never closed themselves off to the town because of their powers, and without the family's powers there wouldn't be much of a movie. Yeah, I feel like this is a really unpopular opinion and I think it should just stay that way because first off, the Madrigal family didn't hide away from the world or just run off to a small town where they only existed and used their powers for themselves. It is shown just within the first act of the movie that they all use their powers to help the people in the town one way or another. You can see Louisa just going around helping the people in the town do their daily chores, help them get all their donkeys together or lift a big boulder and take it somewhere else, or just do daily chores that people can't do, especially if it's hard work or heavy work. Just saying the entire family should lose all their powers so they can just open themselves up to the world is kind of pointless. There are too many characters to track. Characters in Encanto are all likable in their own way. They have flaws beneath the surface, yes, but it makes them relatable for viewers. Aside from Mirabel, she has her parents, her abuela, her aunt Peppa, her uncle Bruno, 2 sisters and 3 cousins. The entire family lives in the casita as a unit. As colorful as a large family dynamic is, Kiana Razor thinks that there were too many characters. There are too many characters and they feel shallow. Wow, like you don't really get to know them except for Abuela and maybe Bruno. While the movie could have fleshed the characters out more, the popular opinion is that they love the large family unit as it coincides with families within the Latin American culture. There are too many characters and they feel shallow, like you don't really get to know them except for Abuela and maybe Bruno. Okay, I think I see where this person is coming from. So they think Abuela and Bruno are really good characters and have fleshed out storylines and a story arc because their backstory was told and shown on camera to us, the audience, so we can tell what they have done in their past and why they're treated as such right now in the story. But then, according to them, they don't understand the other family members because they feel that they are shallow. Where do I begin? Okay, first off, in every show, there are always going to be main characters and subordinate characters or side characters. And most of the time, some of these characters might get explored and their mindset, their story, their backstories can be told, especially if their role is really important with what the protagonist of the story is doing. But the main characters who have all their stories fleshed out and like told to the audience are going to be the main characters of the show. You don't expect all the side characters to get an overarching arc and like have all their backstories told so you know everything they have done in their past and like you can relate to them with every little bone in your body. That's not just how movies work. Encanto wasn't that good. Okay. And now we might have a serious problem with this one. According to Animation Magazine, Encanto topped the box office charts with $194 million worldwide. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film scored high with a 93% audience score, proving that viewers enjoyed what they saw. The character details were eye-catching and the plot was interesting. However, there are still unpopular opinions that the movie wasn't that good. It sucked. I couldn't even finish it. The music read awful, and the constant whining about having to look perfect was annoying. The music read awful? What does that even mean? Are you saying you didn't enjoy the movie because of their choice of music, or just how the music sounded? Or am I getting this wrong? I don't get it. Please, if anyone understands what this person's saying, please help me explain in the comments, because I do not know what this person is talking about. And the constant whining about having to look perfect was annoying. How was it annoying? What character was always constantly whining about having to look perfect? Are you talking about Mirabelle's quest to see how she could gain her powers so she could help her family and prove that she wasn't just different than the rest of them and she was as unique as every other member in her family? Are you talking about her quest to show that she could also provide and be a strong figure just like every other person she looked up to in her family? Are you saying that was so annoying that a character can go out of their way to prove to everyone else, especially their grandmother who thinks they're not worth anything, that they could become something? So that's annoying now? Some of you are really entitled. Mirabelle is a people pleaser. Oh my god, here we go again. As the protagonist, Mirabelle does everything she can for the family because there's a small part of her that knows she doesn't have any gifts and feels the need to over-contribute to make a difference. Big hentai rat. However, viewed Mirabelle as a people pleaser, and that aspect of her personality tainted the movie because she was given into her narcissistic grandmother's needs because of her own trauma. However, Mirabelle is anything but a people pleaser. She stood up to Abuela, she fought against her perfect sister Isabelle, and she took her uncle Bruno's side even though it was unpopular. Mirabelle is very much independent, but she still has a soft side for her family. Please, someone in the comments, help me explain what this person is saying. Big hentai rat. Please, someone explain what Rata Alada here is talking about. Because I don't get it. Maybe you should just go back to watching hentai. Because you don't seem to get these characters. These are characters that are made to be likable. Characters that are made to be relatable to people who watch this movie. These are characters that could easily be based off of a real family. Encanto was boring. Between the personality types of the characters, the bright colors, dance-worthy songs, and the stunning imagery, Encanto was anything but boring. The movie came to life on screen. Estoy Awesome didn't feel the same way, however. They didn't like Encanto and felt that the movie was boring. They found the music hard to understand, felt that Mirabel tried too hard, and didn't find the family members likable. I don't think everyone just likes everyone in their family. I mean, of course, there are going to be people in your family that you just have problems with or you just don't get along with. Maybe because you don't see them often, or just maybe because they're quiet and misunderstood, or maybe because they're just really aggressive and they're harsh or something. So you saying the movie was boring because you couldn't relate to all the characters and you didn't like all the other family members, that means the movie accomplished what it was trying to tell you. You can't just like everyone in a family. There's always going to be someone that you have problems with. There's always going to be some people you might be closer to than others. It's just how families are. The characters use their gifts for selfish reasons. Whoa, okay. In the opening sequence, Mirabel is telling neighboring children all about her family's history through song. She explained that her family members have gifts that don't just help their family inside the casita, but the surrounding town as well. Luisa's strength makes work around the town better. Julieta can cure anyone's sickness through food. Peppa can control the weather, and so on. In an unpopular opinion, Boring Concentrate 74, wow, what a name, wrote, the story was pointless. Everyone in the family gets gifts, but all they do with their gifts is stay home. They don't help others with them. Everyone in the family gets gifts, but all they do with their gifts is to stay home. Boring concentrates. Everyone gets gifts, but all they do with their gifts is to stay home and play Fortnite. They don't help others with them. They don't do the chores in their house. They don't sweep. They don't clean. They don't cook. They don't clean. They don't do nothing. They just have their gifts and they just stay home and play Fortnite all day long. What this person wants is they want an extended version, like the director's cut, where they show all the characters just going out in their everyday lives and like helping people around the town. You know, Louisa going from one house to the other and asking them if they have any heavy stuff she could just move around to show how super strong she is. And they literally want to see Julieta going around the entire town, cooking all day long and taking food to every person who's sick, going like to the hospitals and just giving everyone in their food and literally just curing them, and then foreseeing who's going to get sick in the next 2 weeks and then making food, giving it to that person but telling them to eat it a night before they get sick so that way they don't get sick in the future, and they just keep curing people. Like, come on. Do you know how expensive animation is? You think the animators just have time to while away making all these scenes of all the characters literally going around doing everything they say they do and everything they have already shown you in scenes, so you can understand that these characters actually do this daily? You want them to literally hold your hand and tell you that, okay, these are what these characters do daily. They don't need to show you that in the entire story. The music is terrible. Oh, here we go again. The one thing that most fans can agree on with Encanto is how addicting the songs are. The songs were written by the legendary playwright, actor, and writer Lin-Manuel Miranda and were all unique in their own way. Between the family madrigal and the surface pressure, the songs encapsulated the person that was singing it. This is exactly what I said earlier. This is exactly what I said earlier. The songs literally are a reflection of whoever is singing them. They're a reflection of that person's character, of what that person is within themselves, not just what the characters, what the other family members look like on the outside that makes who they are. It's what they do, it's their actions, it's their feelings, how they feel on the inside, and the animators portrayed that with their songs. With everything else, there are unpopular opinions about the music. I guess they should remain unpopular. We like the songs around here, and if you don't like the songs, please leave a comment, at least with like 3 paragraphs, and explain to us why you don't like the songs, or you feel like the songs were boring, or the songs didn't reflect the characters, or whatever your unpopular opinion is. Need for a sequel or TV series. In the world of Disney, there's always a way to make a sequel, TV series, or shorts from an animated movie. But that doesn't mean that every animated movie needs one. Sometimes the movie is enough and it should be appreciated for what it is. Many Encanto fans like the movie and are fine with where it left off, but other fans think the story of the Madrigal family should carry on. I would love to see how the family coped in their new situation. Hopefully, Disney will rectify that by making a sequel or TV series. I don't think I mind if they make a sequel to this. I mean, making sequels or TV series or shorts is not just something that only Disney does. Literally every other movie or franchise does the same thing, so you just can't say in the world of Disney they always make sequels and TV series and shorts and all that. Every other movie does the same thing. So I guess if they make an Encanto Part 2, we will be there to watch it. They shouldn't have forgiven Abuela so quickly. Main characters in Encanto are all intelligent and beautiful in their own way. The entire premise of the movie is that each character has something about them that makes them special, gift or no gifts. Although Abuela only focuses on those who had gifts and pushed those without gifts to the side, that didn't make her a bad person. She simply had traumas associated with her need to keep the magical flame alive. At the end of the movie, Mirabel accepted Abuela's apology rather quickly and carried on for the sake of Casita. But the almighty gamer, I'll get to that name in a second, just hold on, thought Abuela being forgiven too quickly was a flaw. But if Disney didn't show Abuela and Mirabel's reconciliation, the end goal of reforming Casita's magical powers wouldn't have happened. Alright, the almighty gamer. I feel like this person played The Last of Us 2 so much and really enjoyed the story, and they loved the way Ellie was so mad at Abby, and that's literally the basis of the whole video game. She spends her whole however hours you spend playing that game just looking for Abby and trying to enact revenge on her. So they kind of want Mirabel to do the same thing here. She should be angry with Abuela for so long, and she shouldn't just forgive her easily. And the point of Disney movies, well, most of them, is that no matter how bad a person is or how bad you perceive whatever a person has done, there's always room for that person to be better. You can always forgive that person. You shouldn't just keep a grudge or hate the person forever. So yeah, these were the 10 unpopular opinions about Encanto by some kind of weird people, honestly. These opinions were just a no from me. I mean, most of them really didn't relate to the characters in the movie, and I couldn't really relate to some of these unpopular opinions. I found them really biased. Most of the opinions were just based on what that person could understand, or their perception of each of the characters or of the movie entirely, or the songs or whatever, and I feel like they didn't really take into the consideration of the environment these characters found themselves in, their culture, things like that. So before you can really understand a character, you need to be able to relate to them. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. This was a really fun video. I had fun making this video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like, and I would love to hear your own opinions about the movie Encanto, and anything you have about the movie, whatever you have on your chest that you want to share. I'd love to hear. I'd love to read them in the comments. Maybe I'll make another video. But yeah, share the video with someone who can relate to these characters. We don't want people who will think we hate the characters. And subscribe to my channel if you're new here. With all that being said, I will see all you pretty penguins in the next video. Peace.